Have you ever felt the pressure to always be available just to prove you matter? To constantly say yes, even when your energy is drained, your mind is foggy, and your soul is quietly screaming for space? In our hyperconnected world, there's a strange paradox. The more reachable you are, the more people seem to respect you. But deep down, you know the truth. Being available to everyone all the time doesn't make you more valuable. It makes you invisible to yourself. We rarely question it. We take pride in answering quickly, showing up constantly, staying online just in case someone needs us. But let me ask you this. What happens when the person who needs you the most is you? Carl Jung once said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." But how can you become who you are if you never make space to hear your own voice? There's a deeper psychological tension hiding here. Why do we feel guilty for not responding right away? Why do we fear being perceived as distant or selfish when all we truly want is peace? In today's video, we'll dive into the insights of Carl Jung and the timeless wisdom of Stoicism to explore one powerful truth. Sometimes the most courageous thing you can do is become less available. We'll uncover why setting boundaries is a rejection. It's a form of self-respect. You'll see how pulling back doesn't make you cold, it makes you clear. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why true connection starts only after you reconnect with yourself. If you've ever felt emotionally stretched thin, if you've ever wondered why people take you for granted despite your kindness, this video is for you. So stay with me, tap the subscribe button, leave a comment below. Let me know how availability has shaped your life. And let's walk together toward a life of deeper presence, not for everyone else, but first for you. Number 1, the illusion of constant availability. In today's world, being constantly available is often praised as a mark of reliability. We answer texts in seconds. We show up even when we're exhausted. We wear our busyness like a badge of honor. But beneath the surface, this relentless availability often masks a deeper issue, a fear of being forgotten, unloved, or irrelevant. Carl Jung warned that the journey of individuation, becoming a whole, authentic self, requires solitude and self-reflection. Yet how can we reflect when we're interrupted by every notification? Jung believed that when we sacrifice our inner life for external demands, we fragment ourselves. The more we say yes to others, the more we risk saying no to our own soul. From a Stoic perspective, Epictetus reminds us, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. And what lies beyond our control more than other people's expectations? When we make ourselves available at all times, we surrender our freedom to the demands of others. Think of it like this. Your time is a currency. If you spend it on everything and everyone, what's left to invest in your own growth? Picture a man who always says yes to every request, every favor, every message. He may seem generous, but he's quietly burning out. His passions fade. His energy drains. His boundaries vanish. He's no longer living. He's just reacting. Now compare him to the man who knows when to be unavailable. He's not rude. He's rooted. He respects his time. He responds when aligned, not when demanded. That's not selfishness. That's self-respect. So here's your reflection. Where in your life are you saying yes out of fear instead of choice? Starting today, give yourself permission to pause, to be slow in answering, to not be reachable sometimes, because your peace matters. If this message speaks to you, let us know. Type 1 in the comments if you're ready to reclaim your time, or 2 if you feel this still needs to go deeper. Let's grow together with presence, not pressure. Number 2, the power of boundaries. Setting boundaries isn't about pushing people away. It's about defining where you end and they begin. It's a powerful act of self-respect, and it forms the bedrock of all healthy relationships. Carl Jung believed that true growth requires us to confront our shadow, the hidden, often uncomfortable parts of our personality we try to ignore. One of the deepest shadows we carry is the fear of disapproval. We say yes to things we resent just to avoid rejection. But here's the truth. Every time you betray your own limits to please others, your shadow grows stronger and your sense of self weaker. By setting boundaries, we bring that fear into the light. We stop pretending and start choosing. We stop pleasing and start being. Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you'll find strength. Boundaries are the physical expression of that inner strength. They're how we tell the world, I know my limits, and I honor them. Imagine this. You have a friend who only contacts you when they want something. No check-ins. No real care, just need. It's easy to stay silent, to keep giving. But over time, resentment brews. You feel drained, disrespected. Now imagine calmly saying, I value our friendship, but I need mutual effort, not just one-sided needs. That's a boundary. It's not cruel, it's clarity. And with it, you give the other person the opportunity to grow too. Psychologist Viktor Frankl wrote, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space lies our power to choose our response. Boundaries are created in that space, where you pause, breathe, and act from self-awareness instead of guilt or fear. So ask yourself, where in your life are you tolerating too much and speaking up too little? Protecting your peace doesn't make you unkind. It makes you authentic. It makes you free. If this truth resonates, let us know. Type 1 in the comments if you're ready to set healthier boundaries, or 2 if this needs more clarity. You deserve relationships built on respect, not exhaustion. Choose to draw the line with love and with strength. Number 3, transformation through self-awareness. When you stop being constantly available, something powerful happens. You create space. Not just physical space in your schedule, but psychological space for reflection, inner work, and transformation. This shift is at the heart of both Carl Jung's psychological teachings and Stoic philosophy. Jung once said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Most of us run on autopilot, reacting to demands, trying to please others, chasing external validation. But when we pause, when we step back, we begin to notice our own patterns. Why do I always say yes? Why do I fear disapproval? That's when true change begins, not by fixing the world outside, but by understanding the world within. From a Stoic point of view, this pause is a form of discipline. Epictetus taught that we must know what depends on us and what does not. If your time, emotions, and identity are always controlled by others' expectations, you're living outside your own center. Transformation starts when you reclaim that center. Think of Sarah, a mid-level manager who never declined extra work because she feared being seen as uncommitted. Over time, she became exhausted, losing sight of her creative dreams. One day, she stepped back and asked herself a simple question: whose life am I building? That awareness pushed her to set limits, and slowly, she began writing again. Her energy returned, not from rest alone, but from living in alignment with her deeper self. This transformation from external approval to internal fulfillment is a milestone on the journey toward individuation. It's not selfish, it's self-respect. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." When your thoughts are no longer shaped by the noise of the outside world, but by purpose and clarity, your entire life begins to change. To apply this today, reflect on one area where you're saying yes out of fear, reclaim it, and to help us grow this channel. If this message resonated with you, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 2 so we know how to improve. Your feedback shapes this journey. Number 4, the impact on relationships. Reducing your availability doesn't mean withdrawing from others. It means showing up more intentionally and authentically. In a world obsessed with instant replies and constant connection, choosing to be selectively available is a radical act of self-respect and relational clarity. Carl Jung once said, "The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed." But for this transformation to occur, both individuals must be present, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. Constant presence can actually dilute that authenticity. When we're always on, we often sacrifice depth for frequency. From a Stoic perspective, quality relationships are not about attachment. They're about mutual growth. Seneca advised, associate with people who are likely to improve you. If we're constantly available out of fear of disappointing others or being left behind, we enter relationships rooted in anxiety, not virtue. But when we show up from a grounded place, when we're fully ourselves, then connection becomes meaningful, not obligatory. Take the example of Alex and Mia. Alex used to text Mia every hour, checking in constantly. Over time, their conversations lost depth. When Alex began setting healthy boundaries, taking time for solitude, pursuing his passions, something shifted. Their connection didn't weaken. It deepened. Instead of endless updates, they began sharing reflections, dreams, meaningful silence. Their relationship became rooted in presence, not performance. This is a heart of mature connection. Two individuals growing separately, yet choosing each other daily, not from neediness, but from respect. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. This doesn't mean isolating yourself. It means cultivating your own inner life so you can meet others with clarity, not confusion. To bring this into your life today, ask yourself, am I showing up out of habit or out of intention? If this insight brought value to your relationships, type 1 in the comments. If it didn't land for you, type 2 so we can improve our content together. Let's build this journey on truth, growth, and connection. Number 5, embracing the change. Change rarely feels easy, especially when it involves shifting long-held habits in how we show up for others. But discomfort is often the birthplace of transformation. As Carl Jung stated, there is no coming to consciousness without pain. Growth demands that we face what is unfamiliar and even unsettling. Jung's concept of enantiodromia, the emergence of the opposite, describes how when we go too far in one direction, the psyche naturally pushes us back toward balance. If you live your life being overly available to others, prioritizing their needs at the cost of your own, then withdrawing into solitude and self-reflection isn't selfish. It's corrective. It's the soul's way of restoring inner equilibrium. From a Stoic perspective, change is not something to resist, but something to embrace. Marcus Aurelius wrote, observe constantly that all things take place by change. The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. In this light, resisting change is resisting nature itself. Imagine someone like Sarah, who spent years being the emotional caretaker for her family and friends. She answered every late-night call, said yes to every request, and slowly lost touch with her own dreams. When she finally started saying no, took weekend for herself, and leaned into quiet solitude, some people pulled away, but those who truly cared respected her growth. And for the first time, Sarah felt free, not guilty. That is the essence of this message. Change may cost you comfort, but it pays you back with clarity. As Viktor Frankl put it, when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Embracing change isn't abandoning who you are. It's uncovering who you were meant to become. So today, reflect on this. What change are you resisting that your soul is quietly craving? If this message resonates with you, type 1 in the comments. If it missed the mark, type 2. Your feedback helps us evolve, just like change itself. When you stop being constantly available, everything changes. You reclaim your time, your energy, and most importantly, your sense of self. This simple shift is a foundation for building deeper, more authentic relationships and embarking on a path of true self-development. It's about choosing where and how you invest yourself, rather than feeling obligated to always say yes. The wisdom of Carl Jung reminds us that much of our suffering comes from unconscious patterns, being available out of habit, fear, or the need for approval. Stoicism echoes this by teaching that our power lies in what we control. our own choices and responses. Together, these philosophies guide us to understand that availability should be a conscious choice, a gift to others, not a drain on our own well-being. Now, take a moment and reflect. Are you often available to others at the expense of your own needs? What boundaries could you set to restore balance and honor your inner values? Small changes, saying no without guilt, carving out time for yourself, or simply pausing before committing can have profound effect on your life. We encourage you to try applying these insights in your daily routine this week. Notice how it feels to choose your availability rather than default to it. Share your experiences and thoughts in the comments below. Your story can inspire others on their journey. If this video resonated with you, please like and subscribe for more content focused on authentic living and self-discovery. Share this video with friends or family who might benefit. It's time we all learn to honor ourselves as much as we honor others. And if you want to connect with like-minded people, join our community where we support each other's growth every day. Remember, you have the power to reclaim your life by simply choosing when and how you show up. Start today.